So Wes Anderson finally makes a good one. Is it one of his best films? Far from it. Is it a great one? No, but it's pretty good. Uh, Anderson kind of has a polarizing style where you're either in it or you're out of it. And when it doesn't work, it's really awkward and bad and pretentious. But when it works, it's really funny. The story is about a guy named Zaza Zorda, played by Benicio del Toro. And you kind of get the idea of what kind of person he is in the beginning. He is almost killed. The back of his plane blows up, sending the guy who's sitting in that back end of the plane into pieces. And instead of panicking, Zorda's very calm. He gets up from his chair, tries to land the plane. It crashes. He's in the hospital for a while. And while he's in the hospital and he's out, he is talking to like these two angels from heaven. And they're basically telling him, you're not a very good person. And you're probably not going to get in here, unless he changes his ways. So Zorda wakes up. And when he does, he decides to leave because the guy's an industrialist and an arms dealer, so he has a lot of money. He ends up giving that money to his daughter. I think her name is like Lyle or Liesel or something like that. She's played by Mia Threppleton, I think her name is. She's, from what I did in my research, I think she's Kate Winslet's daughter. And she's great in the film. She has this wonderful 1,000-yard stare. She's a nun. She really doesn't want anything to do with her father. She's not that great. She's not that thrilled about getting the news that he's going to give her his inheritance. And throughout the film, there's like this whole plot about a financial gap that gets really convoluted. And it's basically about the amount of money that Zaza Zorda is going to put towards his infrastructure and a bunch of scheming other businessmen who are trying to stop him, as well as terrorists, assassins, all this other stuff. So it's a lot going on, and it gets pretty confusing, but it wraps itself up nicely in the end. The characters in the film, they aren't just two-dimensional characters, which can be a problem with a lot of Anderson's films, because they play everything with a very straight face. They're always very serious, and that's kind of the whole joke. You know, he has the camera on a flat position, completely violating the rule of thirds, but it works for his movies that are intentionally stagey. But going back to the ending, it does wrap things up, and it has like a nice sort of sentimental ending that isn't too sentimental, and even brings some redemption to his character and kind of brings him closer to his daughter. So yeah, it's a decent film. It's not great. It's a 3 out of 4 for me. And you can find my full written review on my website, ypareviews.com. And the YPA stands for You'll Probably Agree. But yeah, finally, Wes Anderson makes a decent film. I'd like to see him go back to animation, but we'll see if he does.